Even on an object in motion, on the rear side indicated by the arrows, there is only static pressure. There's no movement or motion to the air that's traveling behind the ball. That air behind the ball changes pressure with changes to weather, altitude and temperature. But not because of the movement. We have a change of pressure on the right side of the ball, which is caused by the force of the opposing air. Like putting your hand out of the window in a car. A very predictable and measurable relationship exists between static pressure and the energy of motion we just mentioned. This relationship can be used to our advantage as pilots. If we take a single air molecule, and still air, when there's no wind, we can see that the static pressure is caused by the vibrating air molecules impacting against the surface. Here's where we get to look at the energy of motion. When we introduce motion to the air, we now have two forces: static pressure, and the energy of motion. This creates a vector. A vector is a name for something that has both force and direction. Our vector has both static pressure, which is acting as the force against the surface, and energy of motion, which is acting as the direction. As an important note, it's the airflow which always acts relative to the surface. The airflow next to the car you're traveling in may not be moving. But when you drive through that air, it's acting relative to the movement of the car. So it's the car that's moving, but we actually say the air is moving. When we increase the speed of the airflow, we can see this relationship in play. Because we can now see that the energy of motion increases but the static pressure now reduces. So the faster the airflow, which we are calling the energy of motion, the lower the effect of the static pressure at the surface.